As I've gotten to know my two new cats, Emerson and Berkeley, one of the things I've discovered with them is that they really love to play with the laser pointer. I can play with them for a couple of hours actually if I had the time. I have no doubt about that. They'll just sit and chase it all over them. They'll look for it, and all I have to do now is there's a little metal piece on it. I just shake it and they start looking for it, which I find really interesting because really Harry and Sally, particularly Harry, could have cared less about a laser pointer. Give him a shoelace, I could play with him for hours. Sally would play with laser pointer, for maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and then she was kind of done. But again, that's a sign, cats are very different. And so sort of what they get into and their personality and really are so different from each other. And so how you have to play with them, how you deal with them is going to be really different. But the good thing about finding about the laser pointer is it's helped me to start making connection with the cats. Before they were sort of hiding, and now they'll come out and they'll play with me where the laser pointer is concerned, because they really do enjoy it. As we look at our own relationship with God, each of us is different, and God understands that. So often one of the things people will do is they'll compare themselves with others, whether how their life has gone, sort of how they feel connected to God, how they see things going. And in that comparison, they many times see something wrong. Either there's something wrong with them because God has not treated them well, or they're not up to par where God might want them to be. But the reality is we're all different, and that's okay. And no, he doesn't give everyone the same things because we're different. And what we need to succeed, to grow in our spiritual life, is going to be different. God has the same expectation for all of us, which is to get us to heaven. And God is going to give each and every one of us the tools, the grace that we need to truly be faithful, to grow in our relationship with him, and to get to heaven. But we're not going to do it in the same ways. We're not going to have the same interests. We're not going to have the same desires. We're not going to have the same calling where all that happens. The important thing is not that we can compare and see, oh, this person is holier than that person. No. Holiness really is just simply, does that person exhibit God? It's not what they're doing. It's not that this person prays more than that person. It's not about the acts of this and that and comparing and seeing, are they the same? Is one better than the other? That's not how it works. All we need to discern in our life is, am I doing what God is calling me to do? Am I doing it in the way that God is calling me to do it? That really is what should determine our state, in a sense, our state of holiness. It's so easy to get lost. It's so easy to get focused on things that really just don't matter. Because we almost treat things as though everyone, in one sense, should be the same when it comes to the relationship with God, when it comes to the faith journey that they're on. But it's just not true. I've had a very particular journey of faith with the Lord, and I've been truly blessed through that whole journey. But as I listen to the stories that others have told of their journey with the Lord, which are very different, I marvel at how God works in our lives and how he adjusts to really what we need, because that's what we need. Let us stop trying to pigeonhole ourselves or pigeonhole others. Let us recognize that, yep, we're all different. Yes, there are certain things all of us should be doing. We should be going to Mass every week. We should be praying every day. We should be making regular use of confession. Those are gifts God has given to all of us to help us to grow in that relationship. He's given us the scriptures. He's given us prayer. He's given us the sacraments. And he intends every person to use those and to use them sort of how he thinks they should be used. But how those things are going to impact us, how we're going to grow with those, how our devotional life is going to be expressed, those are where the differences come in. My 4 cats are very different from each other. And yet, they each are a cat. And they each have their own relationship with me. That relationship is different. And that's okay. The same is true with us and God. Each of us will have our relationship with God. It will grow, it will develop, it will manifest itself in different ways. The big thing we need to do is stop comparing ourselves to what others are doing and simply discern what it is that God is calling me to do. God bless.